time you logged into your Candid profile? Are you on GuideStar.org or Candid now? Have you been submitting your 990s to the IRS? If you're searching for how to apply to a MacKenzie Scott Grant in 2026, especially if it's early 2026, you might be running into a dead end. You're probably searching for a link, a portal, a deadline, an insider strategy. And I understand why. Just a few years ago, we had a student inside the Freelance Grant Writer Academy win a $2.5 million MacKenzie Scott Grant. Not $25,000, $2.5 million. Another organization just late last year in my community in Guam area, they just won $25 million in a grant from MacKenzie Scott. So clearly there's money out there. Clearly she is giving money out to nonprofits and to areas she believes in. But here's the thing. Those grants, a lot of the grants that were open before are now closed. Is she still giving out grants though? Yes. Is there an open solicitation right now? No. So she is an individual and she's actually giving out grants kind of word of mouth, right? She's able to find organizations that she likes, reach out to them, and then fund them. So if you're hiring a grant writer right now thinking they're a MacKenzie Scott Grant whisperer, you are going to be wrong. However, you can still get your grant selected and seen by her, but that should not be your only strategy. So that's what we're going to unpack today, the strategy, because it's not what a lot of nonprofits think. Hi, I'm Holly Rustick, founder of the Freelance Grant Writer Academy, where we help aspiring and seasoned grant writers replace their full-time income on flexible hours writing grants from home. And inside our programs, we don't teach unicorn chasing. We teach positioning, because that is what really teaches transformational funding. Let's clarify something very important. Right now, at this point in 2026, we're recording this in February 2026, there's not an open solicitation for grants from MacKenzie Scott. But as I mentioned, there have been openings in the past through different processes. And right now, she's still awarding grants through intermediaries, through other collaborative networks, by finding organizations out there that are doing the work that she's interested in. So the strategy isn't there's never an application. The strategy is if one opens in the future, or if she's able to find you online, are you ready to get a grant? Because when that $2.5 million opportunity opened, it moved fast, it opened fast, it closed fast, right? You have to be ready. Your organization has to be grant ready. It has to be positioned well. And what do I mean by positioned well? Let's break it down. Funder research really starts with public data. Before anyone contacts you from foundations and funders and individuals, they research you. Federal grants are very different, y'all. Federal grants are different. But foundations, individuals, that sort of thing that are giving out grants, they actually do research you. And most of that research actually begins with publicly available information. Think about when our Academy student is getting that grant, their nonprofit is also positioned very well, right? Public profiles were created. Financials were current. Impact metrics weren't vague. Descriptions aren't general. So step one is not just chasing a billionaire. Okay. Step one is tightening visibility. That's so important. And that begins with a public data audit. So why don't we go ahead and look at what that would look like for you? When was the last time you logged into your Candid profile? Are you on GuideStar.org or Candid now? Have you been submitting your 990s to the IRS? All right, these are all things. And Candid or GuideStar will pull from the IRS and publish information there on their site. If you're not going in and updating your profile, guess what happens? If funders are looking across and they're looking for you, they won't even see you, for one. And if they do, they're going to see something that looks like, you know, the old Twitter when it was just the egg crack there for you to put your profile image. That's what they're going to be looking at. And that's not going to look very fundable. Another place you want to be is Charity Navigator. CharityNavigator.org is a great place. Unfortunately, you can't submit to be listed there right now, but they do pull from the IRS, and they do pull from where? GuideStar or Candid. So when information from the IRS is there, then they scrape from there, and they do an evaluation on leadership, accountability, financials, and they give your nonprofit a score. You may not even know if you're listed there, so go check it out to charitynavigator.org so you can see if you're actually listed there. That is actually a place for individuals to find nonprofits to donate to, so it's a great place for your organization to be. But if you're scoring low there, they might not want to donate to your cause. It's also a place where funders may find you and look at your financials and look at your ranking and figure out, are you ranked high? Are you a credible organization? Charity Navigator evaluates financial health, accountability, transparency, and impact. They will give you a score. So if a foundation analyst was to look you up, how would you score? What would that be? Would you look fundable? Infrastructure is important, and having it listed publicly is also very, very important. Another place that is a great place to be, especially if your organization focuses on gender equity, have you explored Gender Fair certification? Gender Fair is an awesome organization, and I've worked with Amy for years, and I remember several years ago, she came on the podcast. She's also been on the YouTube channel. And she has just done gender fair analysis and scores for for-profits. But after talking with me, she was like, oh, we could also do nonprofits. So she also does that. So that's also ranking like gender equity, pay, all of the things as far as what would be considered gender equity. Then your nonprofit can also have that stamp of approval. Do you think that's going to get MacKenzie Scott's eye? I think so. And there's universal grant platforms like JustFund. So if you went over there, you can actually submit a 2-page common grant application, and it will actually submit it to funders for you. You need to find places like that to actually have your organization listed so you can show that you are current, that you are transparent, that your financials are done, that all your T's are crossed and your I's are dotted. That is going to give you exposure. So when funders are actually looking for places to give, like MacKenzie Scott looking at interesting places to give, she just recently gave to the Micronesian Conservation Trust, which is an amazing nonprofit in our region here. That's really cool. They have all their T's crossed, all their I's dotted. They're out there publicly. Additionally, you could be publishing articles, blogs, so much more about what your nonprofit is doing. This is more and more important to do now, and to create this type of real impactful content than just a bunch of social media posts. This type of content is what you should be looking at, because you really want funders to find you in places that are vetted, like Charity Navigator, like Candid or GuideStar, like Gender Fair, and be able to say, okay, we know what you're doing. You have transparency. You're talking about other things instead of just flashy, trendy reels. This is really important for you to understand how to get your nonprofit in the eyes of these funders. And if you're in science or research, your visibility should include published findings, research partnerships, policy engagement, sector leadership. All of that can be really, really important to how philanthropists find you. If you're a freelance grant writer and you're watching this, here's the big takeaway. There are experts who study MacKenzie Scott's giving patterns, right? But no one can guarantee success. What you can do and what we teach is to help nonprofits become investment ready. That's advisory level work, and that's our grant strategist level work, that we help you become a grant strategist. And you might want to be the MacKenzie Scott Whisperer. And if you study all of that, and if you help your nonprofits get more publicly credible, that could help them get seen by her. But it's not going to be guaranteed. So you still want to be doing other things like writing foundation grants, writing state grants, writing federal grants for your clients. So how do you apply for a MacKenzie Scott grant in 2026? Well, right now, you can't. But you can prepare, so if one opens tomorrow, or if she finds you, you are ready for that type of funding. Update Candid, reach out to Charity Navigator, see if you're there, get a gender equity report from Gender Fair for your nonprofit, and submit universal applications on places like JustFund. Also, make sure you're posting relevant information that's actually driving the real intentions and mission of your nonprofit, like posting articles, policy advisement, even submitting to, have your nonprofit speak at different conferences can be huge. outreach, strengthen your financial transparency, and definitely get your T's crossed and your I's dotted for your financial health and just the health of your nonprofit altogether. If this was helpful, subscribe, because we focus on building sustainable funding strategies for nonprofits and building flexible, recession-resistant grant writing businesses. All right, I'll see you next time.